So to get in position, you must be willing to make a change, a real change. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've owned my law firm for over 17 years. Thank you. I'm a business law attorney by profession. I work with small business owners doing day-to-day legal advice, contracts, setting up corporations, all of those things. And I've done that for 17 years. In 2015, I decided I really wanted to make a change, and I wanted to move more towards doing small business consulting and development. And I really wanted to do that because I needed to make a change in my business. Really what was going on in my business was I liked what I did, I liked the work that I did, I liked my clients, but what was happening is I had to work for every dollar I get. And I know you're saying, yes, I do too, but you understand if you have an hourly job, right? I get paid by the hour. People pay me by the hour. So if I don't work, I'm not getting paid. So therefore, in order for me to make more money, I had to work more hours. And that was not the lifestyle that I really wanted to have. As I was getting closer in age to retirement, right, not as young as I used to be, I realized that this is not what I really wanted. That's not how I wanted to make my money. And if I kept going in this direction, I was going to get stuck. And I was going to be in a place where I was going to be 80 years old still trying to get to court because I couldn't afford to retire or anything like that. And I said, this isn't going to work. So I really had to make a change and do something different. It was a risky decision, but I had to do it. So to get in position, you must understand that real change is a risk. So I really wanted to make this change 10 years before I did it. What I wanted to do was small business consulting and development. So I was seeing that a lot of my law clients were having problems in their business, and they were having legal issues because of how they managed their business. There was a lot of poor management. Some of you may know that the statistics in small business failure really isn't about financial, it's about how they manage their business. And that was what I was seeing with a lot of my clients. So I wanted to do this 10 years ago. Well, 10 years before I actually made the decision. And what happened was I talked to a couple of experts, just a couple of gurus, some friends, and they basically said to me, it's really great what you want to do, and I think it's needed, but in order for you to do that, you're going to have to change some things about how you present yourself, right? That position. I was going to have to lower my prices, give introductory prices, give away things for free. And the reason they felt this was going to be necessary is that small businesses, while they need strategic planning and implementation and management, they weren't going to be willing to pay for it because the results weren't going to be immediate. And I really tested this theory with one of my friends who also owns a business, and I asked her, I said, hey, let me ask you about the things that I'm doing and what's going on. And in her particular business, she had a good amount of clients, but they really weren't the clients that she wanted. She wasn't attracting what she wanted to do, and she wasn't attracting it because she was so busy trying to run her day-to-day business that she couldn't stop and think about what she was doing and where her business was going. And she was kind of frustrated because she was kind of in that rat race where she couldn't really jump off and get out. So I asked her, what would it take for you to bring somebody in, pay someone to come help you do that, just what you're saying that you needed to do? And she said to me, well, Shahara, what I would need is to know that I can make the money back after I paid you. So what she was saying is if I was paying you $500 a month, I need to know that I would make that extra $500 a month so that it would pay for you. And I understood that. I appreciated her point of view, and I think this is really what the people were telling me, the experts were telling me about lowering my prices. But really what she was saying to me, what I heard was, I'm not willing to take the risk if I can't guarantee a return. If you're trying to go from here to here and you just jump without any thought about it, you may miss, you may not miss, but you don't know, right, when you do it, if that risk is really going to be worth it. So you have to really have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, you can't really decide whether or not the risks you take are the right risk for you. And are those results that you get from taking that risk going to get you what you really need, right? So the next thing is, to get in position, you must know the difference between the results you want versus the results you need. Now, as kids, we all kind of learned about needs versus wants, right? You know that a need is based on survival. If you don't have something, you cannot survive, right? If you don't have air, you cannot breathe, right? So, but wants are something that you get on top of those once those needs are met. So once you have something, the needs, the basic things that you have to have a successful business, the minimum, then you can start talking about all those other things that you want. But what happens is that we get stuck as entrepreneurs and talk about, we need this, right? I need more money, I need more clients, I need to rebrand, I need a website, I need this, I need that. And you don't think about really what it is that you need that's going to get you to results versus what you want to have that you've turned into a need. So what happens is you start taking all these crazy classes, right? How to make 6 figures in 6 days, how to, get 25 clients in 25 days, right? Building a website that's gonna, make a wow and branding and all of this kind of stuff, right? That you get lost in and you take more and none of it really gets you what you need in order for you to have a sustainable and good business. So what you have to have, what you need is a strategy. And strategy sometimes will give you a quick result, but not long-lasting results. Then you can decide whether the change you make is worth the risk, and is that risk that you take going to put you in the right position to get you what it is you want. Now, I know this kind of seems simple, but I had to do it, right? I did it myself. And I tell you, when I did this in 2015, it was a very, very hard decision for me. Not necessarily that I didn't understand the risk. I understood that, but I meant it was going to change a lot of things that were going on, because now I wasn't solely focused on my law practice. And whenever you split your focus, right, you can't really spend as much time over here and over there at the same time. So that means I was going to lose something on my law practice, which was my bread and butter. That's how I fed my kids. So I was going to lose something. I was going to lose a lot, but I also was going to gain something. But it was going to take time for me to get there. And I can tell you now, from 2 years, just 2 years from doing this, right? Everything's not perfect. I'm not going to tell you that, I'm a billionaire, 2 years from there. What I'm telling you is I wrote a book. That book is now an award-winning book. We won, Book of the Year for small businesses. I'm here in London speaking to you, right? I've gone all over the U.S. speaking. That's what happened when I took the risk. It was not easy. It was very, very hard. I lost some skin and some friends behind it, but it was worth it because I evaluated and I had a strategy and I knew the things that I was going to lose. I knew it was worth the risk. So I'm telling you all of this to you because if some of you, I know a lot of you have businesses and some of you are looking at starting a business, that you have to evaluate the risk, and what sometimes is hard is understanding how to do that. So I handed out some papers to you, flyers for you, and this is what this is about. You're signing up for a CEO for the 8-step guide. This 8-step guide was something that I wrote as an ebook that eventually got published in an international magazine. They redid the magazine. They redid the ebook, and it's a really nice format that they put it in. The information is great, but really what's happening is that you're going to join the CEO Collaboration Circle. The CEO Collaboration Circle is something that I started last year because I felt, as a business owner, somebody who's established, that there wasn't enough information there for me to learn how to have a better business. There's a lot of information in the U.S. I don't know about here in England, but there's a lot of information in the U.S. that tells you how to start a business. They tell you, what to do to start a business. There is nothing out there that tells you how to run a sustainable business, how to keep it going, what happens when something goes wrong and you need to fix it. There's nothing out there that way. And I felt like, as a business owner for almost 20 years, that's what I needed. So that's what I created, and it's the CEO Collaboration Circle. It's free. We have it every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time, where I live, but it's recorded so you can come on at any time. We have different people from different places, different walks of life. We talk about marketing, we talk about management, we talk about finances, we talk about other legal stuff. I've had people on from Australia, you know, different parts of the country that have come on. And we have experts that come in and tell you, this is what you need to know about this particular thing.